Hi, YouTube. What's going on?
Good morning.
How's your morning, baby?
Nah, I gained weight from the nasty food they served
Me
us.
too. It wasn't nasty. We just chose to
delicious.
eat the nasty side of it.
It was delicious.
We had our Thursday meeting and they gave us, hang on 1 second.
You mean the camera? Yeah.
Yeah. So, we went to our Thursday meeting and they had catered some sort of Mexican.
Salinos, right?
I have no idea. I didn't actually look.
Yeah, I think it was Salinos.
Well, it was really funny because before I was thinking I really wanted to go have fajitas before we went. So it was kind of like right on track.
Yeah.
But we got there 15 minutes late and everything was cold, so.
Yeah, it was that.
Queso cheese from a restaurant congeals in a really weird way when it's cold.
Yeah, it looks more like gelatin.
Yeah, it's a gelatin. It still tasted like cheese, which was weird. Just weird, but that's what I ate.
Yeah, it looked like lumpy gravy or something.
Yeah, it looked like lumpy gravy. Yellow. Yum. I can't say it. I can't say the words.
Anyway, yeah. But I ate tortillas and then...
Yeah, I had half a tortilla, yeah.
And then I had Scooby snacks.
And I had chips.
Which are, little graham cracker.
And I was telling Robert on the way home, I didn't even need to eat there. And my insulin kicked in, and I just would not stop. My body was like, "You're full! Stop eating! Stop it! No more!"
Yeah, I had cravings all evening.
It was dumb.
Yeah, it was. So, there was that.
That was a thing that happened.
So, any of you that are encouraged by other people's stumbles, there you go.
Welcome to our stumble. This is our stumble.
I'm lucky I don't have a broken nose from that stumble.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I was so full, and it just wouldn't stop.
No.
And when you get that insulin spike, it's just like you act like you're dying of hunger.
Yep.
And you just keep going, and your body's like, but what about this weird full feeling?
But they have the whole bowl of snacks.
You went over there, and I was like, uh-oh. He's in trouble.
Yeah.
He's in trouble.
So, there was that. Daisy's finally come out of her funk.
Yeah, she's more Daisy again.
No.
We've been on walks. We've gone potty. We've
petted the belly.
Jumped around, but she let me pick her up. She growled a little bit, but she let me pick her up. Yeah, Robert got to pet her belly this morning.
Oh, so
it was really nice. She slept with me last night. That was really bad. She's so soft now.
My mice ate a bunch of peanuts. I think they ate over a pound of peanuts.
You know what? It was the peanuts' fault. We went, if you guys have Ace Hardware in your area, we have an Ace Hardware, and they always sell shelled peanuts in a bag.
And I was there 3 times yesterday because we were buying stuff to work on Mike's bike. So I kept going in and out, and finally I bought a bag of peanuts. And I was like, well, I'll eat a few peanuts, and it's not the best thing for me, but I'll give the rest to the mice, and I'll have mouse food for a couple days. And and that started the munchies, and then we went straight from munchies to fajitas, and straight from fajitas back to munchies, and it was just all
It was definitely a stumble day.
No, and I put beans all over my fajitas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I at least didn't do the beans and rice. I just had,
because they had
beef,
rice.
And then they had chicken, and the beef container had peppers and onions in it, and then of course the chicken container had the same. They didn't have any shredded cheese, but then they had a container of salsa and a container of
cheese gravy.
Cheese gravy, and then a bag of chips, of course. So yeah, this was our stumble day. Yep. I gained a pound. You gained a pound or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
He went over 100, over 200, and that was a little bit dramatic and sadness. And it'll all go away. Just drink a lot of water today.
That and the stress from yesterday. Frank fell apart. I lost an air filter assembly, and he got ran over and destroyed. So now I'm looking for a new one, and that means Frank's covered up.
He can't drive because the carb is open.
Yeah.
I'm glad he covered it because it is going to rain today.
Yeah.
So that worked out good.
And so I don't want to suck anything into the carb. I don't want it to rain down into my motor. So that's all.
That was frustrating. And then he had to work with, as soon as he got off work, Mike wanted to come over and try to work on his clutch for his bike. And so I came home to them out in the garage trying to open things up. And they needed I'm just saying.
She did good. She did good. She was
2
the
boys,
extra
2 men.
hands that we needed.
I made it happen.
Yep. And she was a lot braver than I was. I don't think I would have done what she did.
I know, I mean, it's physics.
She was, yeah, but she was holding a device, and then my son was smacking it with a hammer. A big wooden mallet, and we're talking like a 5-pound mallet.
What was the device called?
An impact wrench.
So he had the impact wrench on screws that were stuck. And so I had my hands on both ends, and then Mike was smacking this end with a hammer, and then I was twisting while he was doing it, trying to get them to loosen,
Yeah.
And so I had my, it was sticking out probably about, a good that far.
Half inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was our
he was being really careful.
Yeah, I know.
He was being super careful.
And what was funny is I think that Aimee would have been the only one that could have held it, because if Mike would have held it or I would have held it, we probably would have hit the person.
Yeah.
But because it was Aimee, he was so careful and made sure he didn't smack her with a hammer.
And he'd been trying to open those or to unscrew those for I don't even know how long.
Yeah, about an hour.
And I came over and I
added the torque.
I did all the torque and something he was trying to do, because he was trying to twist it and hit it at the same time, and for whatever reason he wasn't at the right angle, and so I was like, well, let me just try. And the first one came out, I mean, within 3 hits it was undone. And so we did them all in a minute and a half that he'd been trying to do for an hour. So I was like, girl power!
Like I said, she was the extra set of hands we needed.
No, it was girl power. It was girl power.
Was there girl power in those hands?
Yes.
And those were the ones we needed, so, it all says the same thing.
So say it.
I don't understand
girl
that
power.
phrase. Isn't that an oxymoron?
I am married to a sexist man, you people.
Just a little.
Think of me. Send me happy thoughts.
Not a little man, a little.
Well, no, you're too tall. Your skinniness has only made you look taller.
Yeah.
It's weird. And your shoulders are super, super broad. Like,
no.
They go for miles.
I'm still funny shaped. I have a hard time finding clothes that fit.
You are a funny shape, man.
But anyway.
Okay. It is 4 minutes after I should have left. I just wanted to make sure you got to say hi to him. I might record a little bit more later on if I have anything to say. We just had to come clean on our horrible struggles from yesterday.
Yep.
So, fail. Not epic fail.
Nah, it was kind of on my part.
You're just a little bit more of a weight gain than I was. But I had a mini fail. He had an epic fail. So
there we go.
We'll go with that.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, you.
I'm a better failure.
Way to go. All right. We'll talk to you later. Later. Hey again. I'm on my way to work. I wasn't going to record, but then I thought of a couple of things I wanted to get down. So my first thing is my foot. I told you guys I took the calcium. I didn't end up taking any calcium yesterday, but I did work out. We did like we did a P90X actually. So lots of jumping. It didn't really hurt like I thought it would. At one point in the afternoon, I felt like my foot popped a little bit, so maybe that's all it really needed. It was still a little sore, but it wasn't like hard to walk. So, and today it feels fine. So I think I'm over that issue. What was the other thing? But I also wanted to just mention that how grateful I am that I get to do this keto journey with Robert. Having not done it with him for the first 6 months, and it was, not the easiest thing on the planet. And it's not like he's really changed that much in his diet, to be honest. I mean, he's cut out vegetables. That's about the extent of what he's changed. And he doesn't eat as much junk food, but he still certainly eats it, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's the mentality. And when he's with me 100%, it's just so much easier to do this journey with him. And so I'm just really grateful to have him and be able to talk to him about this, because I have to say, when people ask me, what's going on in your life, it's like I work, I come home, I do keto. Those are my things that I do, And so it's hard when somebody's not doing it with you, because it's really all you want to talk about. Like, it's like science. like, what science information have you learned today? You know, and him being a part of this now is so great because he's really smart, and we talk about different things like how autophagy is reacting, how whether or not the ketosis is working, you know, just everything, and food, mixing it together, you know, what works, what doesn't. And then, of course, you know, I make him weigh now, and he never used to weigh, and he weighs every morning now. And so then we talk about what effects that had on it from the day before. And, you know, yesterday I ate really good, yesterday I didn't eat really good, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's just nice that the conversation doesn't just have to happen in my head anymore, you know what I mean? Like, he's interested in having the conversation with me. So I'm really grateful for him. Yesterday I did have a little bit of a weird stomachy thing happening, but it seems to happen a lot with me. Like, I'll have normal stomach functioning, and then like one day it's like it's trying to clear everything out of there. So kind of gurgly, kind of gassy. I had those veggies, I had the snow peas the day before, and so maybe that was it. I'm not really sure. I just know that my stomach was a little bit weird yesterday. But, I mean, it cleared out, so I guess it's okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I can't think of anything. I just really wanted to give Robert a shout out because I'm really grateful to be doing this with him. I know that I've heard from some of you guys, and then I've seen videos where, you know, ladies are kind of doing it on their own and having to make multiple meals for the family and stuff. And so it's just really nice to be surrounded pretty much by people that are eating the way that I eat. You know, even the kids at their house, they eat carnivore and maybe a few veggies, you know. And so it's not as much temptation, you know. It's funny because more temptation comes from Kim and Mom now because they're at maintenance, and so they've been adding stuff back in. And so I tend to eat worse when I'm with them than when I'm not with them. So that's kind of funny. But probably mostly it's because I can see them eating it, and so then I kind of want to too, instead of just staying on my path, because, you know, it's easy to be swayed, I guess. But, you know, I'm so close, and I've been thinking about the healthy wage yesterday. I was kind of online looking at that, thinking about how much I wish and hope that I can make that, you know, cutoff. That's my heavens. These people are driving a little bit crazy today. But I'm only about 9 pounds off where I should be with the healthy wager. Why are you slowing way down, sir? Can you get out of the road, please? Thank you. Turnpike people are weird. But I'm only like 9 pounds off, and I still have like 80 days left. And so it's weird. I kind of think I can make it. You know, and my wager is to get down to 153. Originally it was to get down to 150, but when I weighed, I was 3 pounds heavier than I thought I was, and so 153 ended up being the weight option. And so I don't know. I just feel like I can do it. You know, I need to stay on track, and I have this thing that happens to me, like when I start to be really successful with weight loss, then I think, okay, cool, let's cheat, or, you know, let's have a reward, you know. And good night. Rewarding yourself during a diet is never a good idea, you know. It just isn't. It never turns out like you want it to. So I just need to just stay really focused and stay on track, and I think that I can get there. I mean, you know, like, I think I can get there. So my hope and my plan is to just really stay on track and be successful at this, you know. These people are driving like crazy people. Okay, y'all have to let me back in because I got to turn to. Oh my heavens. Sometimes, okay, well then please move so I can get over because you're in my way now. Don't be an ass. Just get out of the way. I let people in trying to be nice, and then they don't want to let me back over because I got to turn into my next line. Like, people they're a little thoughtless at times. And everyone seems to be really driving crazy. I'm glad I'm almost at work because... Anyway, so I'm hoping that with the Healthy Wager that will continue to keep me on track and I'll be where I need to be. I know, I feel, you know, to be honest, I feel like I'm on track. I feel like I am successful right now. You know, for at least 3 or 4 months there, I really was kind of stuck around 195 and I just wasn't moving much. And now, not only am I past for the most part, I mean, obviously I popped back up today, but for the most part, I'm past 185. And it seems like I continue to go down. You know, I kind of, for whatever reason, thought that 5s were magic and I had to just stop on 195, and then I figured I would stop on 185, and I haven't, and that's been a really nice surprise because I didn't really want to stop on 185. I've got too much to go. I need to head that direction, you know. But it's still really surreal to me to think about how the weight that I am right now was an impossibility 5 years ago. Robert and I were talking, and I was like, you know, it's interesting to me when, even before he had his wreck, but mainly like right after he had his wreck, and he was in a wheelchair and hating the world, I was at least 270, maybe even 280 at that point. And we were just both miserable. We were in pain. We were unhappy with our lives. And if you would have shown me a picture of us now and just had a quick little conversation about where we could be in 5 years, I probably wouldn't have believed you, because this does not feel real. You know, it does not feel like it's really happening. Every time I get on the scale, and I've had a bad day, like this morning, and my bad day is 186. I'm like, what is happening right now? How is this a thing? And you know, I think it's really important to just take a minute and be grateful for what the journey has brought you to, you know, the things that you have learned. I feel like I've learned so much about food, about my reaction to food. I feel empowered, you know. And then the other thing that we had said was that I feel hope that I never felt before. Never. I mean, I never in a million years would have thought that I would get this close to 180. Much less approach my actual weight. Like, I'm almost under 30 BMI. I'm at 31.2, I think is what it was. And that, to me, I almost cried, because like at 30, I'm officially no longer obese. And I thought I would never in my wildest dreams ever get to that point where I could say I am no longer obese on a medical, from a medical standpoint. You know what I mean? And the fact that that's where I'm at now, good morning, Gaia, is amazing to me. And that I could actually get to the point where I'm just overweight, like a normal human being, which pretty much everyone is, because good night, unless you have a perfect body. I mean, there are guys that are like, if you guys watch Vegetable Police, when he checks his BMI, it says that he's overweight. I'm like, no, you're not. So it's kind of funny to me that the little bit over that they claim now you're overweight. Like, no, you're not. That's an ugly word to use for somebody that has 10 extra pounds on them. That's not overweight. But they didn't ask us our opinion when they made that rule, so whatever. Okay, I just wanted to mention those last few things, and it ended up being a very long video. So thank you for watching. I hope you all have an awesome Friday. I'm really glad that the week is almost over, and I hope we get a lot of stuff done this weekend. I know we have a public art thing. Robert will miss it, but I'll get to go. So I'm excited. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.